It has been a very long few months since I last got here. I've had so much work to do, not on this, but work. And I finally just got back here after flying for 3 weeks in a row, and I'm stoked. The boys have a little bit more to do on the engine. We're waiting for the injectors and the last belt to come in. Should be here soon. Otherwise, that car's gonna start. In the meantime, I have a lot of work to do as well. I'm gonna try and recount all the things I gotta do. I did the clutch, slave, master cylinder, whichever one I just did, I don't remember. The one underneath the brake booster. I gotta install the seats. It should just go in as long as I can get this bolt lined up. Sand the car, wrap the car. I have reinstall the front control arms and suspension elements and modify them a little bit. I have to install the Project X lights. And then the new tires from Simple Tire are being mounted right now. One hand ugga-dugga on, so that's good enough. Should go pick them up tomorrow. And then I know I'm forgetting something else. Oh, all the other parts from Pelican Parts. A lot more stuff came in, axles, all new little sensors, and a bunch of little things to help the car finish off and be solid, good to go. So let's go look around the car and see what's happened since we last looked at it. Forgive me for the sound of the fans. They just put new fans in because it was summertime here in Arkansas and it's blisteringly hot and humid, and they need some air. So forgive me for the noise, is what it is. They're wired to a breaker, so if I turn those off, lights go off and you can't see what's happening. So those guys stay on. In the meantime, here's what's happened. They've put all the motor in, it's all good to go. New, all new. We got the Technica race wire in. We got the new ignition cables in. We got the refurbished fuel rail waiting on this to come in. New hose. This was a piece of junk for me for its entire life. All new hoses. Got the Technica alternator harness in there as well. Just installed the clutch master cylinder back there. And over here, we have the old seats that I got. I thought these were a score, but they are junk. See, I originally in the 944, I had really bad torn apart seats and they were terrible. And I found these in the garage at a film shoot that I was doing. And I was like, hey, what are you doing with those? I need them. So they were great. I had to modify them to make them fit. They don't work very well and they don't recline or anything. So it's terrible sitting in them. If you'll remember last time, Daniel found these seats. These are true 944 seats with ostrich skin seats, and they're super plush and squishy. Those should just fit right up in the car and be great. And Zach and I had to do some modifying and modulation, if you will, of the car to make the old seats come out. And I vacuumed all this up and it was all just kind of schmutzy and garbagey, but we're looking good now. One really cool thing I want to show you, and this is a new discovery. Project X has the lights up on top, right over there. They're looking real sweet, but my headlights are junk that I had. So Project X kindly donated a new set of lights. These have a 4K camera up front, and I'll be able to see what animals I am or am not hitting. Just joking, just joking, just joking. They're meant to see the rocks up in front so I don't go bashing into things over crests or something. The control arms, I have to modify these a little bit, shave them down to make them fit a little better. I think, yep, we've got body spacers. We've got spacers right there. They are going to bring the whole subframe down. It brings geometry, the correct stock geometry back to the steering. So it won't feel funky driving and it won't have shake anymore. Like I said, I need to sand this car and get all this clear coat sanded off and smoothed out in the places that I'm going to wrap. It's going to be a new color and it has to do with Vero watches. I'll show you that when I find out when I'm allowed to show that. In the meantime, this junk needs to be fixed. This needs to be unwrapped. Get all that crap wrapped off there. I have good new wrap coming. Should be here pretty soon, but I'm not entirely stoked about wrapping my own car again because it took me 6 days to do the Boxster. But this car is a lot more geometrical and square, so it should work better, I think. New announcement. You'll notice these are Falcons. Where did these come from, you might ask? Well, they came from Simple Tire. Simple Tire was a company that I worked with a little bit in the past on a previous project, and I happened to find out that they had 10 more tires from different brands of the correct size. I didn't realize they existed. It turns out Falcon has Wild Peak AT4Ws. See this? Wild Peak AT4W by Falcon. So Simple Tire has come on as a new partner for this car. So look forward to seeing some action from these tires. More on them later when I actually install the tires and wheels on the car. We drop it on the ground. There are a lot of other little odds and ends that I need to do to get this car to the point where I can ship it back to California. And I have a lot to do and I'm very tired because I've been everywhere forever. And I'm tired, but I'm excited. We're good. Just another week of 15-hour days working on this thing. Also, fun fact, this car was built in 2 weeks. And finally, you got more lights, you got more spark parts.